So, like, what do you think's driving this global elite, the groups of people, like the Klaus Schwabs, the Bill Clintons, the Tony Blairs, the whatever fucking Rothschild. One of them just died, actually, didn't he? The former Queen's.
91.
Yeah,
Evelyn, the Rothschild. Yeah.
yeah, that's the one. Like, what's driving these people? Like,
I mean,
what do
this
they
is,
want?
speculation territory. We're deducing now.
That's
I
fine.
don't know,
Let's
but
go
again,
wild.
yeah, yeah. I mean, again, it goes back to what I've just been saying. For me, I can't get normal secular explanation. So again, I default to the spiritual, and I think it's what we said earlier. You've got useful idiots, you got opportunists, and you've got those of us that are being forced into this against our will. And at the top, the people steering things. Some of these people that you mentioned, I think they're into the occult. They're Satanists. They're Freemasons. If you study Freemasonry, they talk about to become a Freemason, you have to believe in basically like in a creator, like in a be a deist at least. And the grand architect, they call their like supreme being the grand architect. And in some literature, it becomes evident it's Lucifer. So the Freemasons literally they're led by Lucifer. I've been to the Lucis Trust. I've been to one of their meetings. They were originally called Lucifer Publishing, founded in 1922 by Alice Bailey, based off of Helena Blavatsky, Theosophist's work. They literally believe Lucifer is the Christ. They're a UN NGO. They run the meditation room at the UN New York. So again, it's like how I've been to
Wait,
one of their
hang
meetings.
on, hang on. Can I Google this?
Yeah,
Can I check the
lucistrust.org. In their literature,
how do you spell this?
LUCIS trust.org. I think that's their website. You read the literature, they literally believe that Lucifer is the Christ, where Christianity teaches that he's the Antichrist. And they say they're preparing for his return, that he's here now, and that they're preparing for his return, and that we're gonna be in this like new age of Aquarius, and we're gonna and you subscribe to their newsletters. They're constantly promoting United Nations World Government. They say stuff like meditate and send your seeds of energy and love to Davos and World Economic Forum. I'm not kidding. Like literally, you'll find their newsletters.
Yeah,
Go back and
like you can
and
see my
I'm not
mouth
joking. Like
agape here. I'm reading it.
go in their archives of the last few months and you'll see stuff like, oh, Davos is having their meeting, the World Economic Forum, send this meditation so that they succeed in what they're doing, the UN, the World Economic Forum. So these are the people that believe Lucifer is here. They're preparing for his return. They want a UN one world government. They're sending their vibes to Klaus Schwab to make it all come together and happen. So no, it's crazy. And so I think these people are the people you mentioned, the elites are occultists. They're Satanists. They're Luciferianists. They're maybe in their different, Aleister Crowley, that sort of thing. They're into this, and the Bible says that the people who control that Lucifer is the prince of the power of the air. He's the one that manipulates the nations. I don't know how that happens, the mechanism by which it happens, but I really don't doubt that some of these guys, do like seances or occult rituals. I mean, I've had friends in Mongolia. I used to live in Mongolia. I had a friend who was very much into the esoteric. She told me she would go to the astral plane and this sort of stuff. So if I know average people that are involved in these occult things, why wouldn't elites be as well?
Jesus, so I'm just reading this, man. This is completely bonkers.
You found the website?
I've been showing it on screen for people here as I scroll through it. This is fucking insane.
I mean, you got to dig a bit deeper. You'll find, it's not obvious, but you'll find pages in literature where they talk about. I'm just recalling from memory where they talk about Lucifer. He's like Prometheus who brings fire to mankind, and Lucifer is a good guy, and blah blah blah. So, and they're a member of the ECOSOC Council.
Yeah,
Officially,
yeah. I was just looking at that. It's like what?
And I went to their meeting in Geneva. They got 3 offices: London, New York, Geneva. I've got a pamphlet here from 2009. I attended one of their meetings just to say I did, and it's not a conspiracy theory. And I have credibility here, and yeah.
It's insane.
So there's stuff like this.
The
It's
spiritual
not.
hierarchy.
Yeah, they talk about how this what do they call it? There's this hierarchy, this group of world servers.
Yeah. It's beneath the surface. Like, I'm sorry, just let me read some of this out for people. Beneath the surface of the information and communications revolution, an arcane process as it works with tremendous implications for humanity's future. In the digital circuits on which the internet, computers, and cellular phones all rely, electricity is made to run through the circuitry pattern on a silicon chip, performing an ordered, repetitive dance, the rudiments of ceremony and ritual. Electricity is the life force of divinity, and the harnessing and directing of electrical behavior is all part of the divine plan. These people are sponsored by, like, these people work with the UN. What?
And they love Klaus Schwab, so
yeah.
I'm telling you, there's something here. I mean,
Jesus,
you can't unsee this.
Yeah, like what are they fucking on about?
If you don't believe in God or you're secular,
the esoteric meaning of Lucifer on their website.
It's there. So
there are comments on the World Wide Web claiming that the Lucis Trust was once called the Lucifer Trust. Such was never the case.
Lucifer Publishing. You see,
however, for a brief period, the fledgling name was Lucifer Publishing Company.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the case. I mean, it is, but it's not. So.
Alison Foster Bailey were serious students and teachers of Theosophy, a spiritual tradition which views Lucifer as one of the solar angels, those advanced beings who Theosophy says descended, thus the fall from Venus to our planet aeons ago, to bring the principle of mind to what was the animal man. In the theosophical perspective, the descent of these solar angels was not a fall into sin or disgrace, but rather an act of great sacrifice, as in suggested the name Lucifer, which means light bearer. Holy!
You see, I told you that he's portrayed as the good guy, and to help humanity. So I'm telling you, it's just dig into that.
I mean.
Get some Alice Bailey books. Get some Helena Blavatsky books. Subscribe to Lucis Trust newsletter. Keep an eye on them.
I'm gonna have to. This is insane, man. I mean, like, how are these people working with the UN? It's just like, how do these people end up in these positions? Like, if they're not right. They're not all part of some big club, or they're not running in at least the same circles where, they're meeting each other at parties, at the very least, like, right? Like, how on earth do they get in there unless they have, like, real personal, serious connections to the people running these massive multinational organizations?
Or maybe they were from the beginning. I mean, I spent a year in Geneva, and I would frequently go visit the UN headquarters in Geneva, which used to be the old League of Nations building, and I'd have lunch there and coffee. And you can go online, find the UN Geneva, the map outline of the building and all the rooms are called. And one of them is called, I think it's officially literally called the Serpentine Lounge. Snake, serpent, Satan, and so it's literally called the Serpentine Lounge. So you've got like all this kind of symbolism all over the place. Lucis Trust, the Serpentine Lounge, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, there's no shortage of this, freaky kind of stuff.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for making it right the way to the end of the podcast. I love that you tuned in this long. Do me a favor, hit subscribe, because 80% of you bastards are not subscribing, but you're watching my videos. See you next time.